Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Crochet for Baby. Thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to crochet this little sweater for a baby from 0 to 3 months. It's part of this new baby set that I'm going to show you, which includes the matching little pants with footies and the little bonnet. So stay tuned for these two tutorials. Okay, so I hope you like it, and without further ado, let's get started, and thank you for watching. Okay, to begin, I'll be using this 3mm crochet hook, and today I'm using this light number 3 baby yarn. I'm using Lion Brand Baby Soft. This is a light number 3 baby yarn in this white color. Now, to begin, I have 53 chains. This chain here measures about 23 centimeters, which is about 9 inches. Okay, so to begin, into the second chain from the hook, 1, 2, right here, I'm going to make a single crochet. Single crochet into the next chain, single crochet into the next chain, and so on. For this first row, this is all I'm going to do. I'm going to make single crochets, and at the end of this first row, I'm going to have a total of 52 single crochets. Continue like this, and I'll meet you at the end to show you what we need to do next. I'm here at the end of the first row. I have 52 single crochets. Now for the second row, chain 1 and turn. This chain here does not count as a single crochet. In this row, all we're going to do are single crochets. So on top of the first one, make your first single crochet into the next, single crochet into the next, and so on. Continue like this for the second row. At the end of the second row, you're going to have 52 single crochets. I'll meet you here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making the second row. I have 52 single crochets. Now for the third row, we're going to chain 3 and turn. These 3 chains counts as your first double crochet. Now in this row, we're going to make V-stitches. To make the first V-stitch, we're going to skip the first single crochet, and into the second, we're going to make a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Skip 1 single crochet, and into the next, again, a V-stitch, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Skip 1 single crochet, and into the next, again, a V-stitch, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Continue like this all the way to the end. I'll meet you there to show you what we need to do next. I finished the third row, and I have a total of 25 V-stitches. Now to finish, go on top of the last single crochet here and make a double crochet. Now for the fourth row, you're going to chain 3, turn, and inside each one of these V-stitches, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to make them with 2 chains. So double crochet, 2 chains, double crochet. Again, into the next, double crochet, 2 chains, double crochet. Again, into the next, double crochet, 2 chains, double crochet. This is all we're going to do. Continue like this, and I'll meet you at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished this fourth row. I have 25 V-stitches, and here I just did a double crochet here at the end on top of the third chain. Now for the fifth row, we're going to chain 3 and turn. Inside each one of these V-stitches, you're going to make 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Into the next, same thing, 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Continue like this all the way to the end. I'll meet you there to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished this fifth row. I made a double crochet here at the end on top of the third chain. Now for the sixth row, we're going to chain 3 and turn. Now for the sixth row, inside each one of these fans, we're going to make a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. So we're going to make these V-stitches again. Again, inside the next one, same thing, double crochet, 2 chains, double crochet. Continue like this, and I'll meet you at the end of this sixth row, and I'll meet you there to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of the sixth row. I still need to make my last double crochet. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to join to the other side. So like this. So this is going to go on top of this side, like this. Now, if you're making this for boys, you're going to do this on top like this. So put this side on top, and here we're going to make a last double crochet. So to do this, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook here on top of the third chain right there, and insert your hook on top of this double crochet. See right there. Insert your hook right there, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, leave 2 loops on the hook, then go on top of the third chain here at the end on this side, right there, grab a loop and close. See, that's how we're going to join. Now, for the 7th row, you're going to chain 3, turn, and into this same stitch right here, you're going to make a double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochets. So here we're going to add a fan right there. Now inside each one of these V stitches, you're going to make a double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochets. So here we're going to repeat the row of fans. Again, inside the next V stitch, same thing, 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. This is all I'm going to do for this 7th row. So continue like this and I'll meet you right here to show you what we need to do next. I finished this 7th row and I have a total of 26 fans. Now to finish, go here to the side where we have the 3 chains right there and join with a slip stitch. Now we're going to chain 1 and turn. Here where we did the slip stitch right there, we're going to make a single crochet right there. And then we're going to work 1 single crochet for each one of the fans and inside the chain 1 space. So beginning here, we have a double crochet, so make a single crochet into the next, inside the chain 1 space, a single crochet, single crochet, single crochet. Now for each one of the fans, you're going to have 5 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then again 5. Continue like this and I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 8th row. Now to finish, go on top of the first single crochet and join with a slip stitch. And this is how we finish this 8th row with 130 single crochets. Now for the 9th row, we're going to chain 2 and turn. The 2 chains do not count as a stitch. Now into the slip stitch right here, we're going to make our first double crochet. In this row, all we're going to do are double crochets on each one of these single crochets from the previous row, like this. So continue like this. At the end of this 9th row, you should have a total of 130 double crochets, not including the 2 chains here at the beginning. I'll meet you at the end of this row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 9th row. To finish, go on top of the first double crochet and finish with a slip stitch. Now in this row, I have 130 double crochets, not including the 2 chains. Now for the 10th row, we're going to chain 2, and in this row, we're going to work front post and back post double crochets. If you can't make the front post and the back post double crochets, then just make double crochets all around, just like we did on the previous row. Now to do the first stitch here, we're going to work into a front post double crochet, the next stitch back post double crochet, front post double crochet, back post double crochet. This is how I'm going to continue, so I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 10th row. This is where we did front post and back post double crochets. To finish, go on top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. Now for the 11th row, we're going to chain 2 and into the same stitch here where we did the slip stitch, make your first double crochet. For this row, all we're going to do are double crochets all around, like this. Okay, so continue like this for this 11th row. I'll meet you at the end to show you what we need to do next. I'm here at the end of the 11th row. I have 130 double crochets. To finish, go on top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. And this is how we finish this 11th row. Now in the next row, we're going to start counting rows because we're going to divide our sleeves. So for the first row, we're going to divide the sleeves. So here, what I have are stitch markers here. So between this first stitch and here where I have this first stitch marker, I have 18 stitches. Between this stitch marker and this stitch marker right here, this is going to be one of the sleeves, I have 29 stitches. Between this stitch marker and this stitch marker, I have 36 stitches, and between this stitch marker and this stitch marker here, I have 29 again, and between this stitch marker and this last stitch right there, I have 18. So we have 36 stitches here and then 36 stitches for the front. Okay, so now here, what we're going to do is we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and into the same stitch here, we're going to make our first double crochet. Then I'm just going to continue until I have a total of 18 double crochets. I'll meet you here to show you what we need to do next. I finished making these 18 double crochets, then I chained 6. So here I'm going to skip 29 stitches, and into the stitch after the stitch marker, which is this one here, I'm going to make a double crochet. Now here, we're going to work these 36 stitches, then I'll meet you right here to show you what we need to do next. Finished making these 36 double crochets, I chained 6, and now I'm going to skip 29 double crochets, and into the stitch after the stitch marker right here, I'm going to make a double crochet. Now here we're going to finish making these 18 double crochets, so I'll meet you here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these 18 double crochets. Now to finish, go on top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. Now this is how we finished this first row where we divided the sleeve, and you should have a total of 72 double crochets. So 36 for the front and 18 and 18 here. Now for the second row, we're going to chain 2, and into the same stitch here, I'm going to make a double crochet, then double crochet into the next stitch, and so on. Here we're going to make 16 double crochets, so I'll meet you right here to show you what we're going to do into these last 2 double crochets and here under the sleeve. Okay, I finished making these 16 double crochets. Now into these last 2 double crochets, we're going to do the following. Into the next double crochet, make 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Into the last double crochet, make 2 double crochets. So here we're going to increase on this side, and then here again we're going to do the same thing. Now under the sleeve we have 6 chains. Into the first chain, make 1 double crochet, into the second chain, make 1 double crochet, into the third chain, make 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Into the fourth chain, make 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. And into the fifth, make 1 double crochet, and into the sixth chain, which is the last one, make 1 double crochet. Okay, so this is what we did. We did double crochet into the first chain, double crochet into the second, 2 double crochets into the third, 2 double crochets into the fourth, 1 double crochet into the fifth, and 1 double crochet into the sixth. Now into these next 2 double crochets, we're going to do 2 double crochets into each one. So 1 and 2 into the first, into the second, 1 and 2. Now here we're going to continue along and work these double crochets along the front, and I will meet you here right before we finish to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these double crochets here. Now I still have 2 more double crochets, so into the next stitch we're going to make 2 double crochets, and into the last 2 double crochets. Now we have the 6 chains, so we're going to do the same thing we did on the other side. So into the first chain right here, make 1 double crochet, into the second chain, make 1 double crochet, into the third, make 2 double crochets, 1, 2, into the fourth, make 2 double crochets, into the fifth, make 1 double crochet, and into the sixth chain, make 1 double crochet right there, 1 double crochet, and then we have the 2 stitches here at the beginning. So on top of the first, make 2 double crochets, and into the second, make 2 double crochets. Okay, so now continue and finish this part here, and I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this second row. I have a total of 96 double crochets. To finish, go on top of the first, double crochet right here, and join with a slip stitch. Now for the third row, we're going to chain 2, and in this row we're going to work front post and back post double crochets, just like we did here. Now if you have problems making front post and back post double crochets, you can just continue making double crochets instead. Okay, so this first double crochet here, I'm going to work a front post double crochet, the next one back post double crochet, next one front post double crochet, and this is all I'm going to do. Continue like this, and I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this third row. This is where we worked front post and back post double crochets. Now to finish, go on top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. Now for the fourth row, we're going to chain 2, and into the same stitch here, we're going to make a double crochet. Here we're going to make a total of 18 double crochets, so I'll meet you right about here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these 18 double crochets. Now here, I'm going to add a stitch marker here into this last double crochet that I did, because into these next 12 double crochets, I also put a stitch marker right here. We're going to do the following. See, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 stitches. So make sure you put stitch markers here so that you don't get lost as to what I'm going to do next. So here, into these next 2 double crochets, I'm going to work 2 double crochets into each one. So into this next one, work 2 double crochets, into the next 2 double crochets. Now into the next 3 double crochets, work 1 double crochet on each. That's 1, 2, 3. And into the next 2, work 2 double crochets on each one. So 1, 2, into the next 1, 2, and into the next 3, 1 double crochet on each. 1, 2, 3, and into the last 2 right here, work 2 double crochets on each. 1, 2, and then 1 and 2. And that's what we're going to do here in these 12 stitches. There it is. Okay, so we have here, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 16, 18 stitches right here. So we started with 12 and now we finished with 18. So now here we're going to continue and work 1 double crochet on each one of these stitches until I come here to these 2 stitches before we finish. See, this is the last stitch, then we did 2 double crochets, and then we have double crochet, double crochet. So into these 2, we're going to do the same thing we did here. So I'm going to keep this stitch marker here so that I can tell you how many stitches are between this stitch marker and here where I'm going to finish. Yes, right here. So I'll meet you here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I did 36 double crochets here. I left the stitch marker, so between this stitch marker and this last one that I did, it's 36 double crochets. So now here I'm going to put this stitch marker into the last stitch that we did, and then here into these next 12 stitches, we're going to do the same thing we did on the other side. So into the next 2 stitches right here, I'm going to make 2 double crochets on each. So into the first one, make 2 double crochets, into the next 2 double crochets, into the next 3 double crochets, make 1 double crochet on each. That's 1, 2, 3, and into the next 2, 2 double crochets on each. 1, 2, and into the next 1, 2, and into the next 3, 1 double crochet on each. 1, 2, 3, and into the last 2, work 2 double crochets on each. 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's it. So here we should have 18 double crochets now. So let me count them. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 16, 18. And here we're just going to continue and finish these last 18 double crochets. So I'll meet you at the end of this row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this fourth row. I have 108 double crochets, not including the 2 chains. Now to finish, go on top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. Now for the fifth row, we're going to chain 2 and into the same stitch here where I did the slip stitch, make a double crochet into the next stitch, and so on. Here we're going to work 22 double crochets, so I'll meet you right about here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these 22 double crochets. Now I put a stitch marker here, so between this stitch marker and this other one that I have here, there should be 10 stitches. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So into these next 2 double crochets, we're going to make 2 double crochets on each one. 1 and 2. Into the next, 1 and 2. Now into the next, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches. We're going to work 1 double crochet on each. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and into the last 2 here, we're going to work 2 double crochets on each. So that's 1 and 2, and into the next, 1 and 2. And this is how we're going to work these stitches under the sleeve. So here we started with 10, so now we should have 14. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Perfect. I'm going to leave the stitch marker here, so continue along and work these double crochets. I'll meet you right about here to show you how we're going to work these stitches under the sleeve. Okay, I did a total of 44 double crochets between this stitch marker here and this stitch marker here that I have. So we have 44 double crochets, and then again I put a stitch marker to mark 10 stitches, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then I added a stitch marker. So between these 2 stitch markers there's 10 stitches, and then I did the exact same thing I did here. I did into these next 2, I did 2 double crochets on each, and then into the next 6 I worked 1 double crochet on each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I finished with these last 2 double crochets by making 2 double crochets on each, and that's what I did here under the sleeve, which is the exact same thing we did here. So now to finish, we're just going to finish working these 22 double crochets. So into the next stitch marker here, make a double crochet into the next, and so on, and finish here with these last 22 double crochets. I'll meet you at the end of this 5th row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 5th row. I have 116 double crochets. If you're off by 1, 2, or 3 stitches, more or less, it's okay. Just continue and go to the top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. Now for the 6th row, we're going to chain 2. In this row, all we're going to do are double crochets all around. We're not going to make any more increases. So beginning here into the same stitch, I did the slip stitch. Make your first double crochet, then double crochet into the next, double crochet into the next, and so on. At the end of this 6th row, you should have a total of 116 double crochets, or if you had less or more, just finish this row and I'll meet you at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 6th row. I have 116 double crochets. To finish this row and all the rows to follow, you're just going to go to the top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. Now for the 7th row, we're going to chain 2. In this 7th row, we now need to make the row where we make front post and back post double crochets. I'm doing the row of front post and back post double crochets every 4th row. So we're going to work 3 rows of double crochets just like we did here, and then the 4th row is going to be your front post and back post double crochet. So to do this, in this row, this first stitch here, I did 2 chains. This first stitch here, we're going to work into front post double crochet, the next one back post double crochet, the next one front post double crochet, the next one back post double crochet, and so on. When you finish this row, you're going to join here to the beginning with a slip stitch chain 2, and then repeat 3 rows of double crochets, just like we did here. And remember that at the end of every row of your double crochet row, you're always going to have 116 double crochets, and the same for the row of front post and back post double crochets. I'm not sure how many rows I'm going to do, but continue like this, and I'll meet you at the end of this row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I did a total of 19 rows, so beginning here where we divided the sleeves, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. My last row here was the row where we do front post and back post double crochets, and then I did 1 row of single crochets. Here I just cut my yarn and passed my yarn through that last loop. And this part here is done. And it's measuring from the top of the neckline down to this last row of single crochets. It measures 9.25 inches, which is about 23 centimeters. Now, as you can see, I've already done one of the sleeves, so now I'm going to show you how to do it here. It's going to be done in the same way. So right in the very center, right here, I have 5 stitches on this side and 5 stitches on this side. I'm going to insert my hook there, grab a loop like this, bring it through the front, chain 2, 1, 2, and into the same stitch here, make a double crochet. Now we're going to skip 1, 2, and into the next space we're going to make a double crochet. Again, skip 1, 2, and into the next stitch, make a double crochet. So we have 1, 2, 3. Now here, yarn over, and then insert your hook right here. We're going to skip 1 double crochet, so into this gap there, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, yarn over, then we have this double crochet. This is a double crochet that's right across right there. Insert your hook there, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. This is a stitch reduction, which counts as 1 double crochet. Now here we're just going to make 1 double crochet into the same stitch where we have this double crochet. So right there, make a double crochet, then double crochet into the next, and so on. From here, you're just going to work double crochets all around the sleeve. So continue like this for this first row, and I'll meet you, let's see, right about here, right before we finish, to show you how we're going to finish this first row. Okay, I'm here at this other side of the sleeve. I have 35 stitches up to here. Now into this next stitch right here, this is a double crochet. Insert your hook there, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, yarn over, and then right here, right there into that very corner, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close, and then here I'm going to work a double crochet between these 2 double crochets, and then I'm going to skip 2 double crochets, and then here I'm going to make a double crochet. See, like this. So we have 35, 36, 37, 38 double crochets. Now to finish this first row, go on top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. Now for the second row, chain 2, and into the same stitch here, make a double crochet. For this second row, this is all we're going to do. We're just going to make double crochets all around, and we're going to finish with 38 double crochets. So continue like this, and I'll meet you at the end of this second row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this second row. I have 38 double crochets up to here. From now on, we're always going to have 38 stitches. Now to finish the second row, go on top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. Now for the third row, we're going to chain 2, and here, since I already had a row of double crochets around the yoke, we have 3 rows already of double crochets. So in this third row, I'm going to work the row of front post and back post double crochet. So beginning here, this first double crochet, I'm going to work a front post double crochet. The next one, I'm going to make a back post double crochet, then front post double crochet, then back post double crochet. Okay, and then again, if you have problems making this stitch, the front post and back post double crochets, then just make double crochets all around. Continue like this for this third row. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this third row where I did front post and back post double crochets. Now to finish, go on top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. Now for the fourth row, we're going to chain 2, and into the same stitch here, we're going to make a double crochet into the next, double crochet into the next, and so on. For this row, this is all we're going to do. We're just going to work double crochets all around. When you finish, you're going to join here to the beginning where we have the first double crochet with a slip stitch, chain 2, and then repeat again 2 more rows of double crochets. And then the fourth row, you're going to do the front post and back post double crochets. It's the exact same thing we did here when we were working this part. So continue like this, and I'll meet you at the end of the 14th row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of the 14th row. So in total, I did 14 rows. So here's the first row. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 rows. This last row that I did is the third row of these double crochet rows that we always do. So now here, what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1. Here we're going to work this part of the sleeve. So chain 1, and here, instead of working front post double crochets and back post double crochets, we're going to work front post and back post half double crochets. So yarn over into this first double crochet, insert your hook like this, grab a loop, close. Okay, again, the next one, back post half double crochet, the next one, front post half double crochet, next one, back post half double crochet, next one, front post half double crochet. Now if you have problems making these half double crochets and prefer to make double crochets, then only make 2 rows. If you want to only make single crochets, you can do that as well. Just make single crochets all around and reduce 1 stitch for every row. Okay, so continue like this. When you finish this row, just join here to the side where we have this chain right there, chain 1, and then repeat the same row 2 more times so that we have a total of 3 rows here. I'll meet you once this part here is done to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making the third row here of front post and back post half double crochets. Then I just joined to the beginning with a slip stitch, cut my yarn, and then pass my yarn through this last loop, and this part here is done. So the sleeve is done. Now you're going to do the exact same thing you did here on this other side, which is what I did. And this part here is done. That's what it looks like. So now I'm going to show you what we need to do here in the back. Here in the back, we left this gap here open. I'm going to add a little button here. Here on this side, this is going to be the side of the buttonholes. I'm making this unisex, so really it doesn't matter. I'm just going to make it as if it's for girls, so because that is the way how I joined here on this other side. So here I already did this side. I didn't show you this part because it's very easy. All I did was single crochets here and then came back and did another row single crochet. So it's 2 rows there of single crochets. Here at the top, I just chain 1, turn, and then came back down. And then I finished here by attaching this end here to this stitch right here so that it looks like this, so that it will overlap with this other side. So here, to do this other side, this is where we're going to do the buttonholes. Here I'm going to grab this loop here. I'm going to make a loop actually, like this. And here, what we're going to do is right here, this is this row of double crochets right there. I'm going to grab this loop, chain 1, and then into the same stitch here, make 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. Here on this side, I did 9 single crochets and then 9 single crochets going down. Okay, so here we have 2 into the next, make 2, that's 4, into the next, 5 and 6, into this row, that's 7, into the next row, that's 8, and then this row of chains, 1 last one. Okay, so that's 8 single crochets, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Did I do 9? Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 stitches here. Same thing on the other side. Now chain 1, turn. Now here, go into the first single crochet here, make a single crochet, chain 1, skip 1 single crochet, and into the next make a single crochet. So here's my buttonhole. The button that I'm going to use is very small, so I only need 1 chain there. And then continue going down, just working single crochets until you come to the first one, like this. This is exactly what I did on the other side minus the buttonhole. So this is the last one here. Now we're going to, let's see, I'm going to turn this like this. Now I need to somehow attach this to this side here so that it's not flopping around and it looks nice and pretty. So here I'm going to just go into this stitch right here, grab this loop, bring it through the front like this, grab a loop again, and just pass this loop through this last stitch like this. And that's all we need to do there. And that's what it looks like. So this part here is done. This stitch here is a chain and it keeps opening, so I'm going to fix that. So I'm going to add my button and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like once this part here is all done. Okay, so here's my finished sweater. This is what it looks like. This is the front, these are the sleeves, and this is the bottom. Now let me show you the back. This is the back. I added the button there, and here what I did around the yoke is I did a chain. I think I did about 100 chains, and then I just weaved it here starting in the back through this row of front post and back post double crochets, and then I just weaved it all around. The chains that were left over, all I did was I undid them and then I joined to the first chain with a slip stitch and then just cut my yarn and then pass my yarn through that last loop, and that's all I did for this part there. So the little sweater is all done. I think it turned out super cute. I think I'm also going to go ahead and make the little cardigan version using the same yoke pattern like this one here, so stay tuned for that as well. I also did the matching baby pants. These here have little footies. I know many of you have asked me to do that, so here they are. Okay, so this has been today's tutorial. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.